Rahim, welcome back. In this segment, we continue wherever we have left last time and would like to highlight the role that the prophets played in terms of conveying this religion to the next generations as they have received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised in the Quran the role of those prophets. So we can see in these verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. The last three verses of Surah As-Saffat. And here you can see in the first verses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, exalted is your Lord, the Lord of might, above what they describe. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is exalting himself from whatever deficiencies and bad attributes and characters that they describe, means the disbelievers. And then Allah praised the Mursaleen in the next verses, and peace upon the messengers. So that implies that the messengers, they described Allah properly. Wherever their opponents, the disbelievers, they have ascribed Allah and described Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with whatever is inappropriate. Also we have this verse from Surah Yusuf that indicates that this has been the way, how this message has been propagated. So the next generations, they followed way when they have invited to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with insight. So these verses indicates some of the fundamental characteristics of da'wah, of preaching the religion. And here you can see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructing the Prophet to say that this is my way. I invite to Allah with insight. Ala basira. This is very important condition that a person, when he invites Allah, he should be inside. Ala basira. Ana wa man ittaba'ani. Me and those who follow me. A group activity, a collective activity, where the message is propagated to the next generation, but with insight, with basira, and it is a collective task. And this kind of verses motivated the Sahaba, to companions of the Prophet, to propagate this religion to the next generation. We know that this has happened, meaning that a group of believers who have this basira, who have this insight, and they knew the truth, they have propagated this Islamic theology, they have propagated the Islamic knowledge, they have propagated this religion as they knew from their Prophet to the next generation, and the next generation to the next generation. And as such, the Islam is spread with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to very remote lands, and history is the best proof for the reality on earth, and has been prophesied by the Prophet Muhammad in this hadith: لا تزال طائفة من أمتي على الحق لا يضرهم من خذلهم. There will always be a group of my nation that will defend the truth. They will be on the truth, and those who forsake them will not harm them. And this second clause, those who forsake them will not harm them, implies that there will be people who forsake them. There will be people who will either from the Muslims themselves or from outside. And I think this clause I don't have to explain, because the reality on the ground really shows that how the non-believers the non-Muslims, they try to ally with the Muslim forces, so-called Muslim forces, against those who carry this light from generation to generation.